wonder how some people seem to have whatever they want in life? I sometimes wonder why there's some people that are just happy all the time. Hi, welcome, greetings and welcome. Thanks for joining me. Today, we are going to have so much fun. I was wondering too, what if you could help people believe in themselves? What if you could come to know how thoughts really do become things? What if there was a formula to manifest anything you want in your life? Today, we're going to be talking about the law of attraction because there is a way to make those things happen. Hi, I'm Susie Bowers. I am the founder of HypnoProfessional, expert interview series, Everything Hypnosis 2022. And we are here to unite your hypnotic awesomeness. All right, let's do this. I'm so excited today. I have such a really special guest. I've really been looking forward to this for the last month, and we're going to get to her in just a second. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much for joining me. It means a lot to have you here. We're just totally, our goal here is just to share so much wonderful goodness about the power of your mind and what you can do to create success in your life and your business. So today we're going to be talking about the law of attraction and how you can use it to create the life that you've always wanted to accomplish your dreams. But first, before I bring on our very, very special guest, I would like to have you, if you would, drop a note below and let me know where you're watching from. And if you're watching live or you're watching the replay, love to hear from you and find out where you're at and who you are, what you're doing. Also, so that we can see your comments and your questions, please click that link. So I'm going to pop it right here so you can see it. So if you can click this link, and it will give Facebook permission to share your comments and your questions, and we can check that out. And if we don't see them for some reason, apologize. We're streaming live from YouTube, Facebook, all kinds of different places, so we may not be catching everything. But feel free to leave your comments, and we will get back to you even after the show. All right, so without further ado, I am so excited to introduce this amazing and beautiful lady. She is helping others create the life of their dreams through the law of attraction and using powerful hypnosis techniques and technology. So please join me in welcoming hypnotherapist and law of attraction specialist, Victoria Gallagher, to the show. Woohoo! Let's bring her on.
Hi, Susie.
Hi, there you are.
Hello. It's wonderful to be here. Thank you so much. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Me too. It's so nice to finally connect with you. And
It's great to connect with you as well.
The work you're doing is so awesome. It's one of my favorite things, and I love it. And it's like you can just get in that groove and things start to come to you that are fabulous. So I'm glad you're going to be sharing that with us today. But let's talk a little bit about you. Let me look at you. You sent me this beautiful bio, and I love it. So I'm checking the technology as we go here too. Daughter says everything's good. Thank you, daughter. So Victoria M. Gallagher, law of attraction hypnotist and host the popular podcast, The Power of Your Mind. I love that, the power of your mind. That is so important. It's everything. It's everything. So you specialize in career and business success, helping entrepreneurs, business professionals, and personal growth seekers. And you've been doing this for 22 years. What did you start when you were 5?
I love it. Thank you so much.
I started when I was 5 too. So I love it. So you help people overcome the worry, negativity, and develop a success-oriented mindset confidence, self-belief, abundance, and prosperity in their business, which is so key. And I've been doing that for a long time too. So I've been excited to hear how you do this and what you're sharing. So you can just attract what you want in your personal and professional lives. So you have a lot of courses. We're going to be talking about that. And you have a library of over 500 self-hypnosis recordings.
I
Wow.
do. If not more, it's probably more like 600 or 700 these days. I probably should update that.
Oh, that's awesome. And I encourage everyone to go in there and get those because it's just a daily hypnosis practice is really going to activate that law of attraction for you. So, all right. And you're also a 4-time best-selling and award-winning author of the books Practical Law of Attraction, Attract Good Luck. I have the article I wrote a couple of years ago. Does hypnosis give you good luck? It kind of does.
It does. That absolutely does.
Ultimate Weight Loss Power and Manifest Your Soulmate. Oh, that everyone wants that one. That's for sure.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Well, very cool. So let's talk about you. I'm gonna minimize myself here. So I would love to hear about what you're doing. So you first of all, you're going to be a presenter at Hypno Thoughts Live coming up
I
in July,
am.
and you also have a pre-conference class, which I'm really excited about. So we'll talk more about that as well. But tell me what about the work you're doing.
Absolutely. So, yeah, so I help people through all of my various different products and courses, to align their thinking with what they want. So many people, they strive for success. They've, maybe heard a little bit about the law of attraction. They've seen The Secret, and they haven't really been able to make it work for them. So I started off from before I even became a hypnotherapist. I started from a law of attraction personal development background. That's what actually into becoming a hypnotherapist, because I started taking these seminars and I realized that there is just so much more to our minds than most people realize. And I wanted to have a way to help people to tap into it, through visualization, through power of suggestion, and really just being able to connect with the energy and the vibration and all of those things. So, fast forward to, a couple of years into learning about the law of attraction, I stumbled upon hypnotherapy as a way to kind of give a little validity to, these techniques, these meditations that I was creating at the time. And so that's when I decided, I'm going to become a hypnotherapist, but not in the way, not, I wasn't thinking I was going to actually sit down one-on-one, with clients in my office. I did end up doing that, but that was not my original intention. Was really just to create all of these, powerful visualizations that, and really kind of learn um, how to how to structure what I was saying in the right ways to help people to create these changes. And so I became a hypnotherapist, but I kind of kept the law of attraction aspect of that to myself because nobody knew what it was. Nobody had ever heard about manifesting or law of attraction. At least not most people. I mean, the books that I was reading, Deepak Chopra and Shakti Gawain and
Oh,
Louise Hay and all of these people that said, you can have anything that you desire. You can manifest it. You can, change the vibration. You can change your thoughts. And I believed in all of that. And I incorporated all of those that language into all of my hypnotherapy recordings, which is why I was getting such profound results from it. And people were manifesting soulmates, businesses, homes, just from listening to my recordings. And so finally, the secret came out in the secret came out in like 2006, which kind of allowed me to to really say, hey, here I am. I am here to, you about the thing that you just learned about for the first time, called the law of attraction. And that's when, I really, really started moving my business a little bit more in that direction. And I personally, I've used it to gain so much success in so many different ways. And I decided one day I was just going to like step into the law of attraction as being my, like this, I'm claiming this is what I teach. Everybody kind of like has their thing that they teach, weight loss or smoking or stress or anxiety or whatever it is. One day I just kind of like, I was a little shy about it before, but then I said, you know what, this is what I really want to, I dream of the day. I said to myself, I dream of the day when, people are looking for me, and the only thing I help them with is manifesting business success. And once I made that claim, and once I really started focusing my mind toward doing that, that's really what I created. I created a business where people are looking to me to help them to resolve any of the conflicts that they're having with being able to manifest the life of their dreams with law of attraction. And so, one day, Selena, which I'm sure you're all, really familiar with, Selena came to me. I want you to teach a, certification class at, HypnoBiz on law of attraction. I'm like, oh, because I had really just been piecing it together for myself. Like, okay, we would talk about how your thoughts become things. We would talk about how you need to detach. We would talk about, I had all these little separate pieces that I would teach, and YouTube videos and things like that. But I didn't really have like a full curriculum. I didn't really have like this is my step by step, this is my process. I just had my own, understanding of it. So that's how practical law of attraction came about. It was really me preparing to deliver a 3-day seminar.
That's
Because, well,
awesome.
I guess if I hmm?
That's
Say that
awesome.
again.
Sometimes
Yeah.
that's how we get things done. It's kind of like you kind of get thrown in it and then you get it done. So that's
Well,
cool.
exactly. And, so I like to kind of give people a little bit of a definition here on law of attraction, because part of also why I wrote this book is to clear up really a lot of myths about how law of attraction actually works. Because there's the school of thought, when The Secret came about, I already had such a background in it that it didn't even really occur to me how magical and mystical that movie made things appear. And I kind of knew it's the same way that we as hypnotists, the same way that stage hypnosis and movies and things like that make hypnosis look like it's this total unreal magical, like it does that really work? How many times do you get asked as a hypnotist, does that really work? Can you
Okay.
really hypnotize me? And can you really make changes in the subconscious mind to overcome fears and lose weight and quit smoking? And of course you can. Of course you can. And it's the same thing when it comes to law of attraction. Can thoughts really become things? Can you really take a desire and turn that into your reality? Of course you can. But the way that you do that is so much different from what's going on in the minds of people who set out to manifest something. Manifesting isn't magic. Manifestation is alignment. It's
Oh, beautifully,
becoming the person. Say that again.
beautifully said. That's so
Yes.
true. Alignment.
It's you can't manifest something that you are not already aren't. It's about really expanding yourself and expanding your awareness to a place where your awareness and your belief and your vibration can include the thing that you feel right now is separate from you. And so whether that be your relationship, whether that be a successful 6 or 7 or 8, whatever it is, figure business, whether it be having the body of your dreams, whether it be just being what we believe is happiness, whatever it is, if we can, just like it's stated very clearly in Think and Grow Rich, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But really break that down to conceive, believe, and it's believe to me is really where so much of the missing link to law of attraction really is. And that's where hypnosis comes into play. Is hypnosis really bridges that gap between not believing and believing. And so, do thoughts become things? Absolutely. And here's the rub. It's not just our conscious thoughts, but it's our subconscious thoughts. So, and when we say subconscious, we're talking about thoughts that we are not really aware of. Most of the thoughts that we have, we are not aware of. So we are manifesting by default, based on thoughts that are 90% on autopilot, that are 90% negative, and that are 90% like the thoughts that are repeating themselves day after day after day, because we go about our day kind of thinking the same way and not really even paying attention to the thoughts. So
How
with
can
law
we?
of
There's
attraction,
so many of them.
how you can't even possibly pay attention to the 50 to 70,000 thoughts that you're getting every day. But one by one, each day you can begin to notice, oh, I've been thinking this, and that is manifesting exactly what I've been thinking. It's like just the way that we predict. Think about this war, for example. All these people are predicting this horrible thing that's going to happen. Well, now this is emboldening China to da da da. Like, I don't even want to go there, but what the conversation is. Everybody's like
Perfect going on, yeah.
putting that thought out there. Why? Just so you can look intelligent? What do we want
Because
to
we didn't want to manifest that.
Exactly. Well, it's not exactly what we want to manifest here, right? We want to manifest peace. But instead of manifesting peace, we're manifesting anxiety, because we turn on the news, we see what's going on, and then, before you know it, your mind is filled with bombs going off everywhere. That's not what we want to, and that's just putting it in a much larger global scale. But it's the same thing when it comes. It's the same thing when we think about our business. I talk to all kinds of hypnotists that they they talk in circles of groups of hypnotists that have the belief system that, like, you can't really make a lot of money, or this is just my side hustle, or this is just this is, and really, if we're being honest, you would really love to have this as your full-time career and your full-time profession, but you keep saying to yourself, oh, this is hustle. But when down deep inside, that this is something that you would really, really love to do. Who wants to work 2 jobs? No one. And you wouldn't be doing hypnosis if you didn't feel passionate about it. So I say that that law of attraction, it's really about first off, getting clear, telling ourselves the truth about what we really feel passionate about, what we really prefer to have for our lives instead. And, and just being honest about that and having the integrity to, to clarify that for yourself. And, instead of like kind of playing a small game and saying, oh, it's not really that important to me, when down deep inside, it is. It's the same thing with relationships. Down deep inside, you want to have a relationship, but you've been burned. You feel like, oh, there's no good men or women in the world. And so you close off your heart and you say, oh, I don't really want that. And it's very confusing to the subconscious mind, the superconscious mind. When we open ourselves to true desire, that's really taking the first step toward, toward making law of attraction work for you. Then, of course, once you decide that this is something I'm choosing, this is something I'm going to manifest, this is something I'm going to have, then making sure all the other elements are lining up with that are thoughts. You when you notice yourself saying, oh, this just isn't really working out, right? And that's going to happen. You're going to hear those thoughts. When you hear those thoughts, having a go-to thought that you can move to instead. So, really it's, so much of it is like just retraining our brains to focus on what it is that we want. It's a constant refocusing on what we want. And, there's a lot more to it than that, but that's ultimately, I'm just going to stop there and see what kind of questions have,
That's what I was looking for here.
have,
So we
have
have
come up for you.
I want to just acknowledge some of our watchers here. We got Lainey Anderson. Hi, Lainey. Thanks for joining us. And we also have my good friend, Jeanette Jackson. Hi, Jeanette. Thanks for joining us. And of course, if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. They're not showing up right now, except I'm watching on my phone. So that's why I'm on my phone trying to check that.
I
So
see Jonette's and I see Lainey. Hi.
Yeah, good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. We're really happy to have you here. And if you want to let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to find out where you're from and also give us some questions for Victoria. So Victoria, I have some questions. So I was taking notes because everything you said is just, I agree with you. You and I obviously, I didn't share this with you before, but everything you said is like the same pathway I've been on as well. Deepak Chopra, I've done all his programs. Louise Hay. Well, I started with Tony Robbins, who's like one of the, he's a huge hypnotist. He doesn't call himself that, but he is. And
exactly.
Dr. Wayne, I did her programs and on and on and on, and Think and Grow Rich, all those things. So I'm right there with you. And it was always really a huge mystery to me. I didn't quite understand it. It didn't really click until the Rhonda Byrne's documentary, The Secret, came out about it, which then kind of woke up everyone else that went, what, really? So, but my question is, and then over time, I've, been able to learn how to incorporate it from wonderful people like you. But my question is a couple things. So we talked about thoughts, but how do emotions come into play with being able to attract what you want in your life?
So emotions come into play a couple of ways, and this is a really, really deep subject here, because emotions, set point emotions, are your vibration. This is the vibration that you are emitting to other people, and these are the emotions you're also emitting to yourself. And, just like, and I've been reading a lot of Neville Goddard lately, and he talks about how the feeling is the secret. And, so the emotions are what really speak to the subconscious mind. And the emotions really are the truth. Like you can think certain, but the thoughts are very conscious. The feelings are subconscious. And so we have to work on, on raising our vibration by changing thoughts affect how we feel. And so the feelings are really what drive uh, the thoughts into deeply into the subconscious mind. But it's, again, it's also about communicating with other people at that subconscious level. So when you walk into a room, for example, and you feel the energy of that room, that right there is that vibration. When you meet somebody for the very first time and you have that feeling out that person, like, oh my God, I really, really love this person. I just really want to be that person's best friend or whatever. You just really get a really good, well, that is because you guys are vibrating at a very similar level. You've also had that experience where, you're at one vibration and somebody else is at a different vibration, and you get that icky feeling that you just kind of want to get away from them. And so, how likely are you going to be willing to, like, want to, if this is somebody that you need for your business, how likely are you going to want to do business? How likely are you going to be able to negotiate the best deal with that person? How likely are you going to, get that person to want to go out on a date with you? It's that feeling, it's that unspoken communication, that nonverbal communication. And so that feeling really um, is the fuel that drives our manifestation. The other thing that I about when it comes to the feeling, and so much of this is like such a big part of manifesting, is detaching. So we have these things that we want to create in our lives, and sometimes we can feel a little bit impatient about
Oh,
when those things are
the queen of impatient.
right. It's like this needs to happen by the end of the week. This needs,
Yep.
it's not here yet. I've been, saying my affirmations and blah blah blah, and by the way, most of the affirmations we're saying are kind of lying to ourselves.
And they kind of belong
Affirmations
to.
affirmations are really about affirming, and affirming is something that is happening in this present moment, not about some, uh, lie that, like, oh, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, or I'm in a loving relationship with my soulmate. Well, you're not. And so it's, what you want to do with those affirmations is you want those affirmations to drive you to what it is that you would need to be doing. And so those affirmations are more for, to give you the inspiration and the feeling that that your dreams are possible, and but not to lie to ourselves. But getting back to the detachment. So the
Yeah,
detachment, when we have very specific, very set goals that we're working on manifesting, we have to be able to kind of loosen up the grip a little bit. And we have to be able to let go and trust and allow the process to unfold, because chasing is not manifesting. Chasing something and trying to force something to happen is not manifesting. Because when you're trying to force it, guess how that makes you feel? It makes you feel doubt. It makes you feel fear. It makes you feel anxiety. It's not a good feeling. So what we is we have to adjust the way that we think about what it is that we're wanting to manifest. We have to be a little bit more open and kind of realize that sometimes things happen from the back door, the side door. They happen in a different way, and we don't necessarily know exactly how it's going to happen. We can keep on a trajectory moving toward that goal, but at the same time, we've got to let go, and we've got to be open for new ideas and insights to come, that and be able to follow our intuition that's guiding us and taking us, closer toward it than how we actually know how it's supposed to work. Does that make sense?
It makes sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to everyone else. But detaching, I totally get that. It's really important. And you said, I think the key thing there, Victoria, is having trust and faith. Once you've
You do.
set the energy into motion, is you have to kind of just then relax. So what would you suggest? What do you teach, in your classes, which I know you're going to be doing a really cool class at HypnoThoughts. What do you teach your clients? How can they can quiet down all this negative chatter? And I had one more thing I wanted to mention too and ask, which I know the answer to, is that when you have those feelings of energy walking into a room, that is the truth.
Mhm.
That is the truth.
Absolutely.
Trust
Mhm.
that feeling, because that's real, not the outside person and what they're trying to say to you. Trust what you're feeling in your body, because the subconscious it's a bullshit meter. That's what I call it.
Yes, absolutely. No, I'm dealing with that situation right now, where I'm manifesting certain a level of success when it comes to my HypnoCloud app. And and that has taken a lot of different twists and turns. And each time it's taken a little twist and turn, what I've been able to do is really listen to my gut instincts and really, ask myself, is this, like, oh, and a lot of that has to do with people that I need, to help me with the development aspect of that. And sometimes, even though it's like, oh, I really want to say work with this person, or I want to, this price, is what I would want to pay. Sometimes, again, you just kind of have to be open and realize that, like, when this door closes, another one is getting ready to open. And when, this person it doesn't feel right. You have to be able to honor that, because ultimately your vibration, your feelings know the truth, just like you said. So it's a two-way street when it comes to your emotions and your vibrations. Learning to tune into that, and that's one of the things that I really teach people how to do is really to learn how to listen to and trust their intuition, learning how to communicate, and like, and it's not like a real direct communication. It's there's we I teach these different um, to go inside your brain and speak with super conscious,
Mm,
and and that there's a lot of different methods, during the seminar, where we just really deep dive into, just different ways that we can really tune in and to know that what I'm hearing is is the truth, and to be able to take that inspired action toward the truth, because it all
inspired.
really. Pardon?
I love that. I got to write that down. Inspired action.
Inspired action rather than forced action. We have, these rules, we have these ideas that, you know, this is how to achieve that level of success, or this is how to, uh, the I'm getting fumbled on my words, but we have these ideas on how something is supposed to happen. And the thing is we just have to be able to be willing to, like, go along that path, take the first step, but also be able to, like, know and listen and feel that vibration and where it's coming from. And I help people to get in touch with that. I help people to strengthen those signals within their mind and within their body, to know, like, this for sure is going to not take me in the direction that I want to go. I teach people how to um, understand the difference between those inspired actions and the forced actions. That's what I was going to say. um, it's not hard work. Okay. The hard work is all in the mind, but forcing yourself to do things that you think are the right way to do something, um, forcing yourself to work a job that you hate, forcing yourself to take certain actions that you hate in order to get this result is never going to lead you or toward anything good.
That's
You
a really
have to
good point.
be willing to, um, you know, take, like do what you want to do in the meantime. Replace some of those forced actions with things that just feel good, and trust that, like, when you are doing things that feel good to you, that is going to yield you the success. Not like, "Oh, I got to make those 50 phone calls today because that's the only way to, get a sale." It's like, no. If you don't want to make 50 calls, then that's you shouldn't be making 50 calls. Um, you want to be figuring out, you want to think about what it is, what's the desired result, and what are and allow different ideas to come to you on different ways that you could do it that would be enjoyable, if that if that makes sense.
So yeah, totally. I love everything you're saying. So Jeanette, I popped her message up here. When it's forced, it doesn't
Mm,
feel right, right? And but
exactly.
you can also flip your switch a little bit so that you're not just making 50 calls to make 50 calls. You're doing it. You're thinking, I'm just going to make some connections today and connect with people and be
Mm.
loving and see how I can help them if it's appropriate. And if it's not, that's okay too. So you're taking all that pressure out of there. So thanks, Jeanette, for your comment. I appreciate that. And let's get your name back up here. So I love what you said there, Victoria. So I think you kind of went around it a little bit, but it was right there. And that's about the detached part. That's the trust and faith part, where you have the intention, right? And then you don't effort. So one of my mentors, Jennifer Granger, she used to say, if you're efforting, you're in the
Hmm.
wrong vibration. You're not in the vibration of
Yes,
action. So, really it's being discerning when you're efforting or when you're just, sometimes, because sometimes we have to do things that aren't comfortable. Let's face it. There's going to be some times where we have to kind of power through our fears and do it anyway. But if it's really
yes,
efforting and you're hanging on to it, you're not detaching from the outcome, then it's not going to work.
exactly.
And it feels wretched.
And it's also, and it's, detaching from the how it's supposed to happen. Let me give you a perfect example. So I had been having you know, um, some issues with trying to find the right developer for my app. And and even as a law of attraction expert, I will get attached to certain things myself, and then I have to correct myself and realize, oh, this is not taking me down the path that I want. And so I kind of realized, it's like, so I was doing the same old thing expecting a different result, just, definition of insanity. I'm going to put an ad on Upwork, and then I'm going to get like 50 responses, then I'm going to sift through all of these developers. And then, of course, I end up actually, coming up with no one. Okay. And why was I coming up with no one? Because I was focused on getting involved in the process of what it is that I want. Well, ultimately, what it is that I want is I want a reasonably priced, developer who knows what they're doing. And, I don't really want to work that hard at manifesting that, that person. And so I went about it a different way. And I made a post, and I put that post out to the universe, and I drew in from all different like a post on Facebook, on social media, and I just put it out there, and I said, this is exactly what I want, and I'm not going to get caught up in all the nonsense of, you need to have this skill and blah 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 blah. And I got a whole bunch of responses like, oh wow, okay. So then I created a little questionnaire, and I said, you know what, instead of me sitting here and interviewing like 100 people, I'm just going to create a little
No.
questionnaire, and I'm just going to make a little video and like, this is what I want. These are the, tell me which apps you have that are in alignment. And bottom line is right now, I am deciding between three amazing developers. This all happened within a week. As soon as I just changed my mindset,
Oh,
focused
yeah.
on what I wanted, I'm deciding now between developers that I never even thought were possible for me to work with, because these are developers that have developed very well known meditation apps on the net, and they're going to redo my app. And so this is kind of like, I know that this is going to take my app way beyond anything I even imagined, because I decided to come from a place to attract them, and I was open. I was open to paying a different amount. I was open to it taking a little bit different amount of time. Because who cares about how long it's going to take, and who cares about how much it's going to cost, when it's ultimately going to help my app become the best meditation app that's going to help so many more people. And you got to look at the bigger picture. Sometimes you got to look at it from like a little bit more of a broader scope, and kind of let go of all these micro little details that we get caught up in, and really trust and have faith. So that, to me, like that's just like one little perfect example of
I love it.
how I'm detaching from the
Thank you
how.
for thank you for sharing that, and congratulations. That's really exciting to have your own
Yeah.
meditation app is really exciting. So that is very cool. What a great example as well. So couple things I want to talk about before, because you know what? I could tell you and I could talk all day.
Mm,
I could listen to
I love
you and
talking about this
share
stuff.
about this all day long. It's so good. It's really good. So, but so you're going to be presenting at Hypno Thoughts Live 10-year anniversary. It's going to be fun.
Woo! I'm so
I can't wait.
excited.
I can't wait for the pajama party.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, well, tell us about let's talk about first the conference itself. And you're going to be doing a couple different classes that are going to be an hour, 2 hours long or so. So tell us about those. What days are you teaching?
Yes. So I'm teaching bright and early Friday morning, and also on Sunday afternoon. So bright and early Friday morning, we are going to be talking about. Let's see here. I have my class on my screen here. I just want to get the exact name. Yes, virtual income streams. And this is a 4 hour. Now, this is like a non-law of attraction. This is all about strategy. I'm like mindset and strategy person. So because I've done both, and because of the fact that I've created all of these virtual income streams myself, and a lot of people are just now getting the whole idea that, you can make money online. I remember about 5 years ago, I went to Hypno Thoughts and I sat next to somebody at lunch. And they're like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I sell, hypnosis recordings online. And they're like, is that all you do? I mean, like, do you make money at that? And I'm like, yes. I've been making money that way since 1999. And so there's been a lot of twists and turns. I mean, I no longer sell cassette tapes.
Me, I love those too.
Right? But
Okay,
I did sell cassette.
because we started when we were 5, remember?
Right? Exactly. So I'm going to be going over all of the various, I have probably, I want to say, like at least half a dozen, if not more, maybe 10 different streams of income. And I totally believe in, I remember Robert Allen and Bob Proctor. I went to go see an event of theirs a long time ago, and it was called Multiple Streams of Internet Income.
I was
Robert
there.
Allen, what?
I was there.
You were there. Yes. So that really like explode, like, when you don't know what you don't know. And that just exploded my universe at that time. That was like way back in the early 2000s. And, I decided, I don't have to just have this one stream. And so there's so many streams. You can do affiliate marketing, you can do virtual coaching, you can host virtual workshops, create your own online courses, and all the technology, the virtual assistants, how to structure your day, all of those things I'm going to be diving into and helping you to really learn about all the various different technologies there are, and the different types of products that you can create, and even go into a little bit of how to market those
That's
products.
awesome.
And
Oh,
yeah,
that sounds
so
really
that's a
cool.
4 hour
And that's part of the
class.
conference. So if you come to the
Yes.
conference, you can go to that class. It's included in the
Yes,
conference. And then tell me,
exactly.
let's talk about your pre-conference training, because you're actually offering a 3-day. It's paid. It's out a little. It's before the conference, but it's a paid
Hmm.
kind of certification thing. Tell us about that,
Yeah.
because that's really exciting too. You have a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yes. Yes. So basically, I'm doing my Law of Attraction intensive. I'm renaming that now my Advanced Law of Attraction certification training. And what I'm doing is I'm teaching you how to teach the Law of Attraction manifesting techniques to your clients, and so that you can run 1 hour workshops. You can invite people to, take your 8 session program to teach people the 8 manifesting conditions and help your clients in, really manifesting success in their own lives. But you do this experientially. This is a fun experiential. You're going to be manifesting things. We've had people that manifested. We have a little manifest in 24 hours fun routine that like half the class gets some manifestation. I've had people like manifest an acting role, and I've had people manifest $5,000 in less than 24 hours. And so it's just really an act of faith and belief in doing that. So I have you do all of these fun manifesting exercises, things that are based in hypnotherapy, based in in NLP, and but I just have my own unique spin on them, and teaching you. We do a fun gratitude experiment, so you can really understand, how you literally raise your vibration through the power of gratitude, and you will like
Oh,
see
so
the
true.
evidence. Yeah,
That's so
you
true.
will see the evidence. So I give a lot of like evidence-based practices, that you can like literally see and experience during the class. And so you experience it, but then you also have all the notes, all the worksheets, all the meditations, everything that we do. You'll have that in your hot little hands, so that you can turn around and you can share that information with your clients, and over a 1 day or an 8 day, or however you want to put those pieces together.
That's really cool. That's one of the things I offer in my program is 8 weeks, transformation 8 kind of
Mm,
thing. We work with
yeah.
a lot of entrepreneurs too. That's really cool. So if you want to find out more about Victoria's classes coming up, go to victoriamgallagher.com. It's right here on the screen. It's coming back up in just a minute. We have to
Oh,
wait.
you know what? Yeah, and if you want to learn more, I should have mentioned this because I was a little uh, I wasn't thinking straight. If you want to learn more more about the Law of Attraction Intensive itself, you can actually go to lawofattractionintensive.com, and you can learn about the class. There's a bunch of testimonials on there, and kind of like it breaks down like what we do each day. And so I don't know why I didn't think to mention that to you earlier,
Well,
but that
this is the
yeah,
beauty of
that
technology. When it works right, we love it. So we got
exactly.
Victoria's website, and then for the Law of Attraction Intensive 3-day pre-conference before HypnoThoughts Live, Law of Attraction hypnotherapist.intensive.com. Did I spell it right?
Yep, you sure did.
Okay, well,
Perfectly.
that's good. I'm
Perfectly.
happy about that. So you
And
got to,
don't let the word intensive scare you. I did
it just sounds
hear
fun.
one of my participants said, I was a little intimidated to take your class because, I really kind of wanted something a little bit light and, I wasn't like necessarily looking for it to be intense. I mean, the intensive just comes in the reason I use that word is because we use you're going to keep going and keep going and keep going. Like I use up every minute of every hour of that class. So it's like it's intensive in that, you are going to be fully immersing yourself into this, and I do it to kind of help you to break out of old patterns. We're going to be breaking old patterns, and you're going to come away with a whole new level of belief in yourself. That's the whole point of this whole process
Well, maybe we
is,
should change
with
the name. Victoria, we'll call it the Law of Attraction Immersion.
immersion. I love that. I love that.
Immerse
Yes.
yourself
You know
into
what?
the
Maybe
good
maybe I
vibes.
will change the law of attraction immersion. But the
Workshop.
whole thing
Workshop.
comes down to, you can have, be, or do anything that you can possibly imagine for yourself. But the catch is that you have to believe it. You have to be aligned with it. And believing doesn't come from lying, which so many teachers teach you to do. Like, oh, just say this, say this, say this, and boom, you're going to have what you want. No, you
And
have to.
that creates resistance, and that's the
That
farthest
creates
away from where you want to go. So
yes.
learning
So
how to word your affirmations correctly is extremely key to this whole thing.
it really is. And even, I mean, I've found people that have been doing this work, even for, 10, 20, 30 years, and they still learn what they've been saying to themselves is helping them to manifest what they don't want rather than what they do want. And so I really help people to practice with that and just to break through to a whole new level of believing in what you want. And so that's the whole purpose of this is really belief change, alignment, getting into alignment with thoughts, vibration, belief, taking inspired action, and tapping into new thoughts, which are all around us that we're just not really aware of these ideas, these ways that we've never even thought of before. It's there. So that's essentially what we do in the class.
I love it. And if anybody wants to really learn how to make this work for you, you live your life with ease and joy and attract what you desire and create the life that you desire for yourself, then come and take Victoria's class because it's going to be awesome. And then she's going to teach you how to teach other people. So if you're a hypnotherapist or coach, or you'd like to be, like we were talking about, maybe it's time for you to manifest your own career in this exciting field of self-development, personal development, then come check it out. I'll be there. It's in Las Vegas, baby. So the dates are HypnoThought's live convention is July 29th through the 31st. At the Orleans in Las Vegas. It's always so toasty that time of year.
It's toasty on the outside, but bring a jacket because it's always freezing on the inside.
Yeah, you got to wear your mittens on the inside. So the pre-conference for your class, if you want to come take Victoria's certification, it's July 26th to the 28th, and you can go to her website, which is right here, and get the information on that and get signed up. It has been such a pleasure having you here. We went a little over just because we could talk about this all day. I mean, I could tell we could definitely have experience and kind of and ask people to, get or give some affirmations and stuff. So there's just so much we could share. So I think we're going to have to do this again. That's what I'm thinking.
I think so too. I agree. Absolutely agree. Yeah, I'd
All
love
right.
that.
Awesome. 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 So, well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to just finish
Thank you,
things up now.
Susie.
And any final words or?
Just once again, I encourage you to to take the class, and set aside what you may have heard or may think you already know about law of attraction. There's still more to learn. I mean, you are going to learn some new things, guaranteed, that you've never ever experienced before. You're going to have an amazing, amazing time. And and come open, come willing, come playful, come ready to manifest something in your life, like new clients, new relationship, new health. And just allow yourself to experience something new. I mean, we come to HypnoThoughts every year. We know hypnosis, but we come every year to to learn
Oh,
new techniques and new
I
strategies, right?
learn I learn so much every time I go. I mean, and I've been doing this 25 years. Every time I feel like a baby, I'm learning new stuff. So I
Yeah.
want to just acknowledge my friend Dennis Alsop. He's also a hypnotherapist in my area here.
Hi,
He's
Dennis.
in Stockton. And he says, I agree. The key to manifesting what we want is to heal and resolve those inner parts of ourselves that want the opposite and work to block us, whether out of fear, guilt, or other negative programming. Otherwise, all our positive efforts will be sabotaged by our own power. Beautifully
That
said,
is
Dennis. Thank you.
beautiful. That is beautiful. And yeah, and they're like, when I talk about it being, an intensive, there are parts of the class where we deal with those exact things. We work very much on forgiveness. I mean, having a lack of forgiveness for things, it creates all kinds of resistance and not feeling deserving and the sabotage and all of that. So that thank you for mentioning that, because it's almost impossible to cover everything in a short time, the dynamics of what we go into in this class. But thank you for mentioning that, because it's absolutely true. We have to heal those things.
Well, thank you, Victoria Gallagher. I love you. Mwah.
I love you, Susie. It's so nice to
Fun.
finally get to
Oh,
meet you and spend some time with you.
me too. I have one more question. I'm so silly.
Yes.
Where can we get a hold of your books?
Oh, yes.
I want
Yes. So I have
them.
Yeah, so I have all my books are sold on Amazon.com. So, you could type in
They just
literally
Google you.
practical law. Hmm?
They
Type
can put you in the search bar on Amazon and your books will pop up.
Yeah, type in practical law of attraction on Amazon, and that'll bring up my main, biggest best-selling book, and then you'll be able to find the others from there. The Ultimate Weight Loss Power, Track Good Luck, and Manifest Your Soulmate. And
You could just do a whole thing on that, manifesting your soulmate.
yes.
So many people do that right now. So, especially at my age.
Yes, yeah.
All right, darling. Well,
At
thanks
any
again.
age, at any age.
At any
And
age.
it has my whole life, my story about how I manifested my soulmate. And so,
Well, I'll be going right over there to buy your books. So.
oh, cool. Awesome.
All right, sweetie. Thank you so much. We don't want to go
Thank
too
you.
much over here. So I will talk to you soon. Thank you again. Love you. Love you. And we
Thank
will
you.
see you
Thank
in
you
Vegas.
everyone for joining us today. And I look forward to seeing you in Las Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Woo!
All right. Wow. So I'm just going to do a little recap here. That was so cool. That was so cool. So a little recap of today, because I know how important this topic is, law of attraction in manifesting our relationships, business, prosperity, abundance, joy, health, everything. Some little recap of what Victoria shared with us is to get in alignment with what you desire. Get in alignment, take inspired action. Once you are clear on what you desire, tune into the emotion of that. What's the emotion behind it, behind the thought? If you don't feel right, that means the thoughts are not in alignment with what you desire. So you've got to kind of manage those thoughts. And remember to have trust and faith, because when one door closes, another door opens. Just allow, be in a state of allowing and not resistance, because we don't want to get into resistance. And she also shared that chasing pushes away, chasing and forcing things pushes things away. So relaxing and allowing. And emotions equal vibration. That was another good one. Feeling is the secret, and being detached about the outcome. Oh my God, it's just so good. It's so good. Thank you. Woo, thank you, Victoria. All right, so couple little housekeeping things before I go. I want to share with you that tomorrow, right here on Hypno Professional, I will be doing a training at 1:00 Pacific time on the 3 tips on what you should be charging in your hypnotherapy or coaching business and how to figure that out. I know sometimes that gets an area, especially if you're new or you just, feel a little resistance and you'd like to create a successful 6-figure or a bigger business. How do you charge to make that happen? So I'll be providing some tips at 1:00 tomorrow Pacific time, right here on the Hypno Professional business page. And you might be seeing this on YouTube as well. So at Hypno Professional, I am here. We are here, this team, to help you grow your hypnotherapy, coaching, or healing practitioner business. We are here to help put you into the systems that are going to make that happen. Something that I learned early on in my real estate career, which made it take off, was getting systems in place, mentorship, and inspired action, just like what Victoria was talking about, taking inspired action, making connections, and building relationships. That's what it's all about. And we have the whole 6-figure success system ready here for you at Hypno Professional. So if you'd like a quick call to find out how we could work together, or I could do an audit of your systems you have now and see where you could improve it, I'd be happy to do that. Just drop me a note down below, whether you're watching live or in the replay, and we can have a chat, or just send me a private message. I'd love to hear from you anyway. I'd love to hear what you're doing. Thank you for joining us today on Everything Hypnosis with Susie Bowers. And we are here to ignite your hypnotic awesomeness. Let's do it. Have a great day.